So hit this on your mind. You've probably heard of the Chaos Sphere, and if you haven't, don't worry, you're not learning. I learned about it only 4 years ago. Yeah, I mean, Chaos Sphere, it's a weird thing to feel about, and if you get in the deep minds of it, it actually is pretty interesting to think about sometimes. Like, a butterfly flap in Peru could eventually result in a hurricane in Florida. What? Wait, what? Well, God, I love Jurassic World Park and Jurassic Evolution. Oh my God, why? I love this game. And then Jurassic Evolution 2 is coming out on the PS5, PS4, and that's gonna be good. Jurassic World Dominion or Jurassic World 3 is coming out. Oh, there's so much to unpack. And then the Giganotosaurus, yeah. That's been a while. The Giganotosaurus and the T-Rex are gonna eventually fight. And then I don't know why I'm talking about this. I mean, Fast and Furious, what you see on the Rock League roll, did have a small opening session with Jurassic World front. Oh yeah, that was cool though. Yeah, but okay, back. Here's how Chaos Sphere happens. Say a little bit of rain hit a butterfly. No, how about start way before? Rain goes from a cloud into water. The water gets warm. It gets really warm because this is summer, this is Ecuador, and it gets to the 100s. It boils up, sort of, and it's really hot to step in. It's really warm, like warm mud. Say this. It evaporates. It goes into the sky, and that rain cloud travels all the way over to the jungles of Ecuador. Now that is possible, isn't it? Yeah, think about it, it is possible. Now say it rains, and a little green Amazon butterfly made its journey to that exact coordinate in the edge of the rainforests. And then it goes over in exactly at the right point, exactly when that raindrop falls, exactly when it beats its wing, that raindrop hits the butterfly. And then that butterfly travels a good fair distance. And then, after that, it just, just stops. It ends its life cycle. But then at that point, it goes all the way near Mexico. Why? Did you actually know butterflies migrated? Interesting, huh? Yeah. So it went to Mexico. Forests, yay, where the butterflies migrate every year. Some monarch butterflies go there too. But then, after that, it gives birth right before it dies. And a little bit of that water carries onto that newborn baby, and it carries the water with it. The baby lives its full life and eventually goes all the way up on its half stop of its migration to Florida. Then, what happens? Well, the thing I'm about to say is the butterfly gets caught in a terrible storm. But the surge barriers are basically almost overflowing. Like even a small drip, like even a microscopic drip, like it's basically over the top. And nobody knows how it's not going. Like even a small drip, it's basically over the top going, but it's not. Like one disturbance in this weather could ruin the entire city and make a hurricane happen. But the butterfly dies right there because it has then suffered rain to the terrible cost. And that raindrop's still on it. It is. Through that entire storm, that raindrop barely stayed on the edge of its foot. It dies. And it displaces water, but it's still not enough. Why? I don't know. But then its leg comes in, and the drop of water touches the surface. The legs and the drops of water create the surge to finally go over the barrier, and everything goes bad from there. the water rises. The weather's bad, the clouds are gray, the wind's high, it's very humid. Out in the ocean it's humid. You can see giant cyclones about to form just because of that drop. And then a hurricane starts and kills people. And that's a small story that I have an example of. How one drop of water on a butterfly's beaded wing could spell disaster. How one little thing that could happen could relate to the entire story of Florida ending. How one little evaporative condensation cycle happening all over again, one little raindrop spells disaster for an entire state. And then it ends. Hurricane and destruction. Now let that story sink in. Let that 5.5 long minute story sink in to you real quick. Because that really could happen. It really has a chance of happening. I mean, if you think about it, it's not out of the ordinary and it's not impossible for that to happen. It's not. Butterflies migrate, they could migrate to Mexico. And then on their way back to Pennsylvania, near where we live, Canada, New York. Yeah, on their way back, they could stop in Florida to get some nectar and get a break. Maybe they could die because of a rainstorm. And maybe that water just needs a couple more drops and a little bit of displacement to go over the edge and create a hurricane. And if you think about that, let that soak in real quick. It could happen, couldn't it? It could actually happen. When you think about it that way, it's really interesting to think about. And yeah, that's chaos theory, and it's one of my favorite theories to think about. It's really interesting to me, really. Because just one thing that could happen could spell disaster for millions of people. It's just so weird how that all exactly falls in place, and then you just think about it for a minute. You're like, wait a minute, that could actually happen. That actually could happen, and what if that happened in real life? And then people think about that, and then they think about ways they could prevent that, and they think about ways they could save. And sometimes, once in a great while, chaos theory brings great minds to people like me and you, engineers. Me and you, engineers, amateur, very, very beginner builders too. Like, only a brick and a nail builders. Like, they only build like a brick with a nail in it and call it a building. Even people can get ideas from that. And I think that's pretty cool, that people in the scientific world can evolve on chaos theory, or what is also known as the butterfly effect. Ironically, because I just told a butterfly story. I mean, it started out with a butterfly story kind of similar to mine, but it wasn't about hurricanes and how butterflies migrated, though. It had a tornado, which is actually kind of similar to a hurricane, though. Yeah, okay, what's the next one? Oh my god. Should we just talk about the 5 steps of science, though? Hypothesis. Identify what the object is you're studying about. Study. Well, first, you gotta gather all your tools. So it's step number 1. Step number 2 is identify what your object is. Step number 3, to me, I mean, I'm probably wrong because I haven't done this in like a year where I named all of this, whatever. Step number 3, study it. And step number 4, making a hypothesis. Step number 5 is telling and recording if it's right or wrong. And then boom, 5 steps of the scientific method. Hoi! See, I'm not completely sure. I need to make a hypothesis if I was right or wrong there. But whatever. Let's talk about, oh God. Scientific theories. Oh. Bioscience theories. People thinking we can bring back animals. Clever. It actually is true. People that are skeptics kind of like, no, you can't bring back a mammoth. And what I say to that is, yeah, if we actually really stepped up to that and what's the word I'm looking for? Looked on that a lot. No, I don't know. But if they really spent their time with that idea, and yeah, they spent that time with their idea and really just spent their time with that idea, and yeah, they actually could bring the mammoth back. That's kind of interesting, like extinct animals finding a very common relative so they can give birth to a half mammoth. It's not a full mammoth. It's basically a kind of hybrid between a mammoth and an elephant. So you could call it Ammoth. Or the easier name would be just, what? Melephant. Yeah, it's just called a melephant. It's a mammoth and an elephant half, it's a melephant though. A mammoth and an elephant hybrid. That's basically what it could be in the future. And I think that's pretty cool. I mean, as long as we keep it very secure. Like the dinosaurs, you've seen what happened on Isla Muerta. No, I just flipping... Did I literally Raleigh? God, that sucked how I pronounced Muerta. I still can't pronounce that right. Muerta? I can't pronounce it right. Isla Mountainsaurus from the Jurassic World Evolution game is still pretty fun. Yeah, I like it, Isla Mountainsaurus. In Isla Nublar is a sandbox game. You can do whatever you want. I think I didn't play that point once. Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Well, just thinking about that. Okay. So back to biosciences. We've done it before, which people don't really think about. I think this was an ibex, which is a type of mountain goat, sheep, whatever. I know, I actually think it is more related to antelopes and goats. Antelopes than goats, because, yeah, it is. I think longhorns and antelopes it's closely related to, I think. Longhorns like an antelope of like what the United States prairies, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not completely smart, big brain. Also, while I'm thinking about this, let's see if Neil wants. He's still taking a crap, isn't he? Okay, I don't care. I'm getting back to the story. We did it. He survived for only 30 minutes. You're like, oh, it's still alive. Oh, how cute is it? Oh, when was it born? It was born in, I think, 2007, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From 2000 to 2007. Why did I speak so bratty and weird there? Oh, yeah, 2000, 2007. Whatever. Okay. So, it only survived for 30 minutes. But in those 30 minutes, so you learned stuff about that extinct type of ibex. But it was actually not acting too weird, I think. I think that's what they're saying. I hope it is. So I think what they did is they bred a common type of ibex. It's, well, a common type of ibex with another type that's really closely related to it. And then they put the genes in it. So it basically was like a hybrid between whatever type of ibex that was and the other different type of ibex. So when that happened, well, the science world was shocked that these people, they had a Harvard degree, Notre Dame degree, flipping Penn State degree, flipping Michigan State degree and all. They probably even went to Harvard Special Unit School. They probably went all the way to England to go to other schools too. That's how smart these people were talking about. I mean, credit to them. The bioscience theory has been around for a long time, maybe the 30s, I think. And by 30s, you're like, wait, it's not 2030. What the? I mean the 1930s. Imagine, I'm from the future, and I know. And it also, about time travel, it's probably not real. Unless people figured out a way to disguise themselves among us. Yeah. Then, yeah. Unless that happens. Yeah. We are not seeing visitors from the past, are we? I mean, future. If we can time travel in the wise words of Stephen Hawking, if we could time travel, then where are the people from the future? I mean, people from the future would probably be attending that meeting if time travel was real. Saying haha in their secret invisible cloak disguise. Oh, he doesn't flippin' know, does he? We're real. Or whatever. But then time travel, though, I think. Wouldn't you have to create an entire multiverse to do it? And what if in that multiverse, Stephen Hawking didn't have that as a job? He had a different, job as a hot dog shop manager. Then that theory would have never gotten out, and they could actually. Okay, nice try, Mr. Hawking. I solved your case. Also, rest in peace. You're amazing. You're smart. You're probably smart. You're gonna be smarter than Einstein in the books one day. They still haven't figured it out though. No, but seriously, rest in peace, my guy. Einstein was pretty smart, and Newton was too. But you cannot. They're all three legends that it would be amazing to all meet them in today's standards, but we can't, sadly. But I'll move on from the sadness, and yeah. But Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion, still can't pronounce his name right. We're losing too many people that are good in this world. Fred Rogers, I know he was in 2003, but he's apparently one of the nicest people in the entire world. And it's just sad. And it's just sad that people die. I'm eventually gonna die. Everybody listening to this, you're all sadly gonna eventually die one day. But the thing about life, the thing that people pursue about life, is you gotta be happy. You gotta be happy in life, and for me, not so much. I am a little bit obese, and I do know that, and I should exercise, but there's no motivation in me, and that's the sad part about me. I literally have no motivation to exercise, even though I really want to. And then as soon as I touch the padded floor of the elliptical, I'm like, nah, I can't. It's just, sad. And then I judge myself, like I say I suck or something. And then I'm like, okay, stop saying that. And then my brain's like, no, say that because you do suck. And I'm trying to combat with that, trying to not say it, but it eventually always comes out, and my mood always swings from that. It's just, I don't know why, my dad probably wouldn't want me to say this, but he is really rude to me. Why am I opening up about family problems on my flipping YouTube? That is weird. I'm not gonna say any more because that's personal. After, I mean, that wasn't that personal, the first part, but now if I said any more, then it would be personal, so I'm not gonna say any more. But yeah, life's life, and just gotta have fun. Bioscience, anyone? Yes. Okay, bioscience. So people are thinking about bringing the dodo back. And I think that's weird because we're the ones who extincted them and made them go extinct in the first place. A lot of animals, Tasmanian tiger, wasn't even a tiger, basically. People didn't know if it was like a cat type or a dog type. Nobody basically knew. I think it was like a coyote-ish striped devil. Not devil in like a mean way. He just looks like you would call him a good devil. He's a good devil. He didn't even kill livestock or people or sheep. He was a completely nice animal. He didn't hurt anyone. He didn't want to be rude to anyone. But they made him go extinct. Them go extinct. In 1930s, they had pure cameras back then, but they still had a camera of the last remaining Tasmanian tiger. They have video evidence of it dying, which sucks. People in Tasmania of the 1930s, stop killing them, man. Stop it. Dodos, Mauritius. They're like, these birds are stupid. Also, we're very hungry. Yeah, can we eat these? So they ate them all. And the last one, they're like, oh, more food. Okay, let's eat it. It's a normal. And they're like, oh, where'd all our food go? And he's like, last food. Let's kill it. And they're like, no. And he ate it. And he's like, what's the matter? You just killed the last of our food. We're all gonna die. Haha. 18th century karma. My favorite type of karma. Literally, they ate all the dodos, and now they're all gonna be eaten by bigger creatures because they all died. I know that's a dark type of karma, but that's the also funny type of karma to me. I mean, come on, that's like 18th century karma. He did bad, really bad to the dodos, so he got bad, really bad back. So bad karma. So why not? Why not? And now I've run out of the scientific theories I can talk about. I'll just talk about the worst bruise stuff I forgot. One time I was a 2-year-old. Haven't we all? Haven't we all been a 2-year-old? So I was walking on the sidewalk, I don't know, playing with Thomas the Train or something. I vividly remember it, barely. God, vividly? Wasn't it? I barely remember that. I barely vividly remember that, like. I barely remember that. Yeah. You can barely remember stuff from 3 and below. 4 is when I started to remember everything, and I'm probably going to remember this exact word I'm going to say. Boo, 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 boo. I'm going to remember me saying boo, 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 boo. So, yeah. I stepped on the sidewalk, and I remember this. The only reason I probably remember this to this day is because it hurt. Everything that hurt from when I was 3 and below, I remembered. When I fell down and bruised my elbow, I remember that. We all had their fair shares of injuries as a kid, I bet. Unless you're flipping Prince Amazing Man Maniac, then yeah. Amazing Man, Maniac Man. Magenta colored Maniac Amazing Man. Amazing Magenta Man. Amazing Miraculous Magenta Man. Amazing Magenta Miraculous Amazing Magenta Man. I don't know. Mermaid Man. Magenta Meticulous Miraculous Magenta Mermaid Man. M'lady. I'm gonna be that guy, my lady, or whoever that guy was from. God, do I have to say it? I mean, do I have to say party language movie titles? Fine. Mr. Captain Underpants. Mr. Captain Underpants movie. God, party language. It's disgusting. But again, if you're a flippin' kid like I am, it is sometimes funny. If you're on something. Okay, if you're on like anesthetic laughing gas or whatever. And drugs to get your wisdom teeth out. Do not flippin' demonetize me. I mean, I guess I cannot until the distant future. But still, even in the future, I'm probably gonna get demonetized, so I mean drugs for literally getting your wisdom teeth out. So that's the type of drug, not the bad type of drugs. Okay? God, I'm so mad that YouTubers have to worry about this crap. Swearing. Crap's not even a bad word. So, and I also hate Warner Brothers. The only type of Warner Brothers I like is Bugs Bunny and Looney Tunes and Space Jam and the Looney Tune movie. That's the only type of Warner Brothers I like. Warner Brothers. My favorite, Warner Brothers. But Warner Brothers music, however, they're giant jerks. I mean, I flipping caught a ball flying in the air and they're like, copyright! We made a song that featured a 300 millisecond clip that made a similar noise of toilet paper being thrown out in 3 pieces. Or some stupid like that. And I think that's annoying that we have to worry about that these days, and people are so rude about that crap. And I'm so tired because it's a long day. Oh my god, I'm about to fall asleep on camera. But yeah, is there anything else to say? I'm gonna do a double tap. Boo-ba-doo. Nope. Let's see if I can do it though. Boo-boo-doo, missed again. See if I can do it. Nope, 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 nope. Yes, okay, let's see. Do-do-do, nope. Do-do-do. Oh, flip, don't sing. Oh my god. Universal, do not sue me, okay? I'm sorry. Do not copyright claim that, please. I was just humming it, and I was humming the poo-poo, I was humming the Triassic World theme song, yes. Triassic World, not, I don't even know what Jurassic World is. I mean, please don't sue me. Yeah, Triassic World. It goes like boo doo boo 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 doo boo 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 doo boo doo boo 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 doo boo 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 doo boo doo boo 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 boo. See, totally different, right? Yeah. So nice try. Literally. Oh, that's gonna have to do it. And I am signing out, I guess.